All right, welcome back, gentlemen. So we have a matchup. All right, we have Mr. G against Asteron, who, at the time of recording this video, is currently the rank one on the leaderboard. He has dethroned Girth from that position. So I've already featured Asteron once before. He played against a player called Orth, and it was a fairly methodical game. There were a couple of maneuvers here and there that made me quite happy, especially with the naval incursions. And okay, all right, what is going on? We've had two boats cross the river unchallenged, and Asteron is just going out to the backlines. He also has done the same maneuver in the north. Oh boy, we already have a game on. Okay, no need for me to yet. He went in, he scouted out the cities, saw that dot rotating out to the back, and now he's pulled them back. Can he get them out in time? Yes, he can. That is wow. Okay, couldn't quite get any kind of major breakthrough there like he did in the south for the north. Oh, one unit has been eliminated in the south, and Mr. G has managed to intercept and knock out this other dot. Okay, we have a dot advantage in the south now in terms of Mr. G. It's only one. One might be enough. We've got two units from the northern amphibious assault. They're retreating back, trying to get back to cycling. Recuperate the health, sorry. We've got a light unit being made by Asteron here in the south. I mean, in the center back. More lights being built. Okay, so it's lights being built by both players so far. Okay. Standard opening for build orders. Mr. G is now laying siege to the southernmost city on this little island. He's gotten 3 dots across, getting a fourth one over. Has to be careful, just because he's right next to the enemy city. You can already see passive power projection, how that's been working out. His units are basically almost cut off, but he's now funneling more reinforcements here. Very nice. He's got an encirclement. He broke. Asteron managed to break out. He's got a very, very thin supply line now. But no, Mr. G is just funneling in as many troops as he can. Yep, just send them across. There you go. All right. Troops on the city now being depleted. Asteron now mobilizing reserves to defend. He's got 3 dots coming in. He's pulled one off of the center. Right. Mr. G has set the tempo, and he is on the offensive, and the siege is on. He's going to need to keep the cycling going on here, which is going to be difficult because he has to cross the river. He has no bridge to do so. It's yeah, it's going to be real tough to just keep the momentum up here. Will he bring more forces from his other fronts down here? That's what he's going to need to do. He's going to need to get like a really big advantage in terms of dots compared to Asteron here on the island. If he wants to keep it up, that's one way you can counteract the fact that you have difficulty crossing the river and cycling troops. Just bring more troops. Yep, it's as simple as that. He's continuing the offensive here on the southern side of the center, and he's making good gains actually. Right, the dot on the city is almost dead. He was pixels away from getting it, but Asteron has managed to successfully relieve it. He had 2 dots on standby just behind, moved into the city once the dot on it had vacated. And yeah, okay. Got 6 dots for Asteron on the front line compared to Mr. G's 4. He's got 2 more fresh dots now rotating in, so that'll even the odds there. But units back in the reserve all very much depleted. Still pushing on this side here of the embankment. Is it going to be enough? I don't think he has enough dots to really sustain this offensive. Even if he gets a minor breakthrough, he's really far away from his cities, and especially on the island here. As I said, the river, not going to be easy to get any good cycling going on. Damn. A thunderstorm has just started outside, so if you hear any like loud bangs, I apologize, but the gods are not happy. More dots have to be sacrificed at the altar. Please, Zeus. Right. I would pull out now. If I were Mr. G, I'd pull out of the island here. Uh, he's got enough vision to see how many dots he's facing. And like I said, for the reasons just now relating to this river and cycling, there's not enough here to sustain the offensive. In the center here on this northern side of the river, I mean, very good progress. Much better lines of supply. Much better place to continue offensive. But of course, if once he shifts his forces out from the island here, Asteron will just counter deploy. There's not much that can happen after that. Minor skirmish in the pass here in the center. Not really enough forces here on either side to achieve any kind of major breakthrough as well. Yeah, Mr. G, seriously depleted units. These guys, no. He has to be very careful. If he, okay, he's managed to create enough space to start them regenning, but he has to be very careful. If he crosses these dots across this river and they get that debuff and they start taking damage, they're so low on health they might just die trying to ford the river. Looks like that's what he did. He just got them far away from the front line and just to recover some health, enough health to get them across the river. Very nice, excellent micro. You'll love to see it. Tackling going on in the center here. Looks like no, this is a Mr. G offensive here. Asteron is just playing defense, just judging by the lines. How do you extricate your dots from this side here? I'm not entirely sure. This guy's gonna get pinned. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. How do you get everybody out? You managed to get him out? Yeah, kind of. Yes, he ought to be fine now. Nice, well done. Slight misplays by Asteron there. Needed to have just been a little bit quicker, and it would have been able to pin that one dot there and eliminate him. And there goes the southern offensive for the island. It was a good try, good attempt, and it hasn't stopped. Asteron knows that the initiative has shifted into his favor, and he's just going for it. And he's not even bothering to turn his units into a boat or anything, just because of how short a distance it is across this river here. He's just going for it. But Mr. G on point, counter deployed, kept Asteron's forces in the river. That's giving them the very massive debuff. Mr. G pulled back his armor from the main front, collapsed him to the rear. Much shorter line of defense. Got a dot elimination there. Very nice. A second one on that river. Oh, a third as well. Very costly battle for Asteron. Very costly. He saw opportunity. He took it, but Mr. G, Micro's on point. He got it. Yeah, very aggressive plays by Asteron here. From the opening to that move right there. Very nice. And we're seeing in real time initiative changes between the two players here. Once Asteron's initial raid occurred, gave Mr. G a slight advantage. G capitalized on that, pushed across the river, attacked the island. Asteron, knowing that he has the defensive advantage, he's got the bridge to cycle units over, and of course he has the city on the island itself. Play for time, got his defenders in place, regained the initiative, pushed G out, and then seized the initiative, made an offensive, and now with that last play there is basically evened out. It has shifted back to Mr. G here. He's now initiating his offensive again along this pass here next to the mountain. The offensive in the center here pass that's been going on for at least 5 minutes now. Is not lit up. He's still going for it. Yeah, neither side is giving any space whatsoever. The moment an opportunity presents itself, both players are just going for it. Amazing. And now comes the question, what are we going to do? Troops are basically dead even. Testament to Mr. G's skill level here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Elo is just a number, alright? This game is so small in terms of its player base and community, and Elo ranking system doesn't really reflect like the player's skill It's something that works once you know have a very large player base, but War of Dots isn't quite there. And I think there's a decent amount of players that just play single player against the bot. It's a very relaxing thing to do. Getting encirclements. I like encirclements. Who doesn't like encirclements? Uh, yep. Zeus is still very mad. Okay. Cycling going on. Asteron has decided not to cycle his armor units back to the city. I think it's he's calculated that the time it takes to go through the forest and then back, better to just leave them there. He's just leaving the cities open to recuperate his lights. Okay. Fresh units being deployed in the south here. No more plays for the island. We've got two dots staring across each other on the river here. Mr. G electing to pull back his reserves to guard the riverbank. So instead of pulling them all the way back to a city to recuperate, might as well give them a second job to just screen the flank whilst regenerating. Offensive in the center here, not going too well for G. He's made some gains, but nothing decisive. No opportunity for a breakthrough there. How many dots are deployed to the north here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Asteron. Yeah, 7. G actually has an extra dot, just not doing anything in the north side. Encirclement of and a pin. Yeah, this guy's not getting out. He's toast. Slight misplay. That's still completely fine. Both players are pretty much dead even on troops. So yeah, nothing really lost or gained there. I forgot to check how long this game was going. I think, yeah, I think it was 40 kilobytes. So that's like not quite an hour. Yeah. But I'm afraid to speed up the replay just because I know that both players are very strong. And as we have seen so far, both players, you know, they don't mind taking risk and gambling. And if I speed it up even by one tick, it would prevent me from really commentating on all the plays as they occur. A lull like this, where it's just a straight up battle for attrition, you know, you never know when it might escalate. It could just go like from 0 to 100 just like that. Right. Back to yapping, I guess. Previous yap session, still talking about science fiction shows. Talking about Enterprise and Babylon 5. Oh, well, right. Strange New Worlds and Discovery. Yeah, no, I'm not quite interested in watching the new Star Trek stuff. The J.J. Abrams reboot, I quite enjoyed those, but I was also very young when they came out. So once I rewatched them as an older man, now my appeal for the J.J. Abrams reboot films sort of died down. I just rewatched the old ones. That's all. Um, every year we watch Wrath of Khan. It's a tradition of mine. Yeah. There are a couple of science fiction shows which I've never really touched. I know The Expanse is supposedly pretty good, uh, but hard science fiction, I've had. Not that I don't like it. Like Interstellar is one of my favorite films, and I don't know. Can you consider that to be hard science fiction? I suppose you can. Kind of depends on point of view, I suppose. But no, haven't touched The Expanse. Haven't touched Firefly. Oh, the latest news was that there is going to be another Stargate reboot, and that they're going to bring in the old cast to send off. Basically, it's like, you know, transition between the original series and next generation for Star Trek. Something like that's going to happen. Supposedly, they brought back all the old writers. I have zero faith in it. Okay, Amazon is running the show. just judging by how the industry has butchered almost every franchise for the last 15 years. No, I do not have that much faith in it. I really don't. As much as I would like to see some OG Stargate, like I don't know, man. It's much better at this point. This is where I am now as someone who's paying attention to culture and TV shows and all this kind of nonsense. It's my hobby. What can you say? I'm at the point where I'm like, just leave it alone, right? Just leave the things as you found them. Okay, we don't need no new stuff because you're just gonna butcher it, and then everyone's just gonna be mad and sad. Okay, just leave it. We don't need to take the risks. We don't need to take the gambles anymore. It's fine. We will just rewatch everything from the past. We don't need to, we don't need to advance our culture anymore. We just stagnated as it is, just like in Fallout. We'll just stay in the 90s and early 2000s. That's as far as it goes. Okay, massive naval invasion across the river. 3 boats. We've got a 4th one coming in. He's managed to get the conversion. He's got 3 land units. Can he get the cutoff? No. It was not enough. And now they're encircled. If G wants to close this pocket properly, he's going to need to put at least 1 naval unit to screen this pond up here. It doesn't look like he's going for it though. No, Mr. G seems to be quite happy with just keeping the status quo for this battle here. Or is he waiting? He's waiting! He was waiting! And now you're gonna see the classic maneuver. G doesn't care about, Navy units not power projecting. He will just gladly put in the dot into the middle of the water. But Asteron is also not falling for it. This is the first time that I've seen counterplay to this. Usually when... Oh, and we have the encirclement in the center here. Yikes. Breakthrough? Okay. He's managed to resecure it, but these 3 units are all pinned. This is the first time that I've seen a opponent of Mr. G counter his naval shenanigans by also putting a dot into the water to power project and cancel out each other. That's the first time that it's been showcased on this channel. In the previous times, it's usually just Mr. G outplaying everybody, putting the dot into the water, getting the supply cut off, and bada bing, bada boom, they're toast. Didn't happen here. Nope. Asteron is number 1 for a reason. Yep. Offensive in the south of Mr. G. He sees that the dot on the city is low health, and he's just gone for it. Okay. He's managed to stabilize the center. He's now going for the plays in the south. This is risky. This is risky as hell. Man, that is basically, yeah, like just like that. It's that easy to cut off the supply. Oh, damn. Well, he tried. He tried. Oh, those guys are dead. Yeah, that whole task force is gone. It is a very common occurrence. Okay, he's not done yet. He's going for the center as well. And he stopped the conversion. He didn't manage to stop the conversion, but this naval unit was pretty well degraded, so not going to be able to last too long there. Asteron had good success in the center, got an encirclement, but now it wasn't just he didn't have enough follow-on forces to really capitalize on it. Mr. G tried to make a play for the city on this side here. Saw that it was weakly defended, but no, it was just a dot too far. A dot too far. But he tried. This is a common occurrence for high-ranking players. They do not like stalemates. They hate stalemates. They will, if it comes to this situation, gladly make some really big gambles and plays. That has been a trend that I have noticed, which is not normal because usually in other games that I watch, not War of Dots related, and the specific games don't come to mind anymore. But Risk is the example actually. Yeah. No, in Risk, the pro high level players, they recognize when situations are becoming into a stalemate, and then they will very gladly like do something basically, or they will make conscious decisions in the early game to ensure that it doesn't result into stalemate. But there is that one area in Risk where you're not quite at the pro level, but you're also above average. That's where you see a lot of stalemate games, at least in my experience from like 10 years ago. um, Players who just don't want to lose will gladly just play the stalemate and it just, waste everyone's time. One of the reasons why I don't play the game anymore. Yeah, that's a very, very common thing to see. But what's great about War of Dot so far is that it's a very small community, it's a very healthy community. We have not reached that kind of level of gameplay, especially on the competitive scene here for one-on-one. If higher ranking players sees the situation is just going to stalemate, they will make a move or something, and it has to be commended. Has to be commended because that means I've got content to show on YouTube. And we don't just sit here every replay just watching a pure attrition battles going on. It is what it is. It is what it is. I had to check something there. Sorry. Okay, he's going for it again. Asteron has deployed 5 units into the pond, converted, and he's gotten the encirclement. G. Okay, G is fine by just putting the units into the pond, but Asteron, as we have seen, understands how the mechanics works himself. I don't think G can get out of this. He gets even one conversion here for one of these Navy units. They're going to be cut off. Oh, wait a minute. Just barely. He just barely has his supply corridor open. Good save. Good save. Ooh, southern side has collapsed. G is now flanking around here. Oh, Asteron has managed to close the pocket. It's now a race against time. Can G get a breakthrough in the south here to link up? Oh, okay, no. He managed to maneuver enough forces to the side of the mountain here. Asteron is trying to cut it off with his own armor unit to power project across this mountain. That's War of Dots, baby. Mr. G has a couple of dots here in reserve. He's going for the end around. There's no way you're going to get away with this. Nah, nah. He didn't quite go for finishing it, but he's got other dots coming in. Oh no, G's reserves. Yeah, he didn't commit it. He's kept him right back here. He's completely fine. Managed to isolate this one dot here. No. Units that initially conducted the naval invasion, they're dead. They got slaughtered. He's so close to an encirclement here. G's supply lines are also looking a little bit precarious, especially for the ones that overextended out here into the deep back line. Yeah, that's going to be cut off. But he has managed to... Oh, both players are trying so hard to manage the power projection. He almost got the encirclement, but it's just not enough. Asteron does have just enough reserves here, and he's now committing his depleted units from the cities forward now. But no, I couldn't quite get it. But excellent maneuvering by both players there for this battle. Very nice. Yeah, as I was saying, full level players, if it's going to a stalemate, they will make drastic moves. Now, what can be done? Okay, eliminated the tank here. This guy is now isolated and is dying due to the lack of supply. Troops in favor of Mr. G by about 50,000 or so. 60,000. That's not bad. Not quite strategically decisive, but he's getting there. Good cycling going on in the center here. Asteron's forces are very much depleted in morale and in health now. Yeah, G senses it. He's going for it. He's gonna go for a breakthrough here. And the south side is more even. No real one side has a distinct advantage. Morale depleted across the whole south side here. In terms of health, fairly even, but Mr. G is the one initiating the attack, so Asteron has a slight advantage. Okay, we've got the slight breakthrough. He's going for a wraparound. 3-to-1 dot here battle. Now going to try wrap around one more dot. Has to be careful again in case Asteron tries to cut him off along the lake. Might do it again, but with what forces? It have to be the units in the north here. But if he rotates, if Asteron rotates forces from there, it just tips it off to G that he's getting a little bit desperate, and he'll just pull his own forces off, counteract that maneuver. 4-1. Yeah, that dot's dead. His armor unit's pinned down. No room for escape. He's gonna die soon. Creating a little bit of space here up in the north with this dot. Just using it as a screening unit. Yeah, this north side is basically collapsed. These 3 units are completely depleted. This armor unit's about to die. This guy's getting the hell out of dodge. This other armor unit's also gonna die. Yeah, he's got a breakthrough here. Yep. Asteron recognizes the breakthrough, pulls off everybody from the line. He is reforming them into a ball here. Oh, what's happening here with this dot? That might be a miss micro. Yep, it was. Needed to just taken the long route around. He lost the dot there. Armor unit on the last armor unit on the front line's dead. Right. We're looking at more defensive maneuvers here by Asteron. Pulled everybody off the front line, grouped them up into a group. Have them just in between all the cities. That way you can wait and see how Mr. G is going to deploy. In this case, G is taking his time. He's deployed a new front line. Asteron has redeployed his own forces to a new front. He is overextended now. If you couldn't hold him here along the pass with the mountain, you're not going to hold him along this entire line here. But there's not much he can do because Mr. G has the initiative. So until Mr. G tips his hand as to where he's going to attack, Asteron has to deploy everybody across the front and wait. If he stacks up on any one city here, it will just give more advantage to Mr. G and allow him to isolate part of his army and eliminate whichever side is weaker. Tough decisions, tough decisions. 100,000 troop deficit. Yikes. It technically still are in the realm of coming back, but if Mr. G plays his cards right, gets 2-1 mismatches like this across the front, and then sustains that for just a little bit longer, then it's basically over. There's not much you can do after that. G is now at the gates of the city, which he tried to take in the mid game. Right, he has managed to cut off here Asteron's army. He secured this bridge. If G wants to really complete the isolation of the city, he needs to cut off this other bridge here leading to the western bank. He does that, and basically all the forces down here in the south are toast. Asteron recognizes this, and he's now mobilizing an offensive into the center now, trying to go in straight down to the south and try to link back up with the city. Is it going to be enough? Minor encirclement in the south there. Mr. G loses a dot. I think Asteron can pull it off here. Because G now has a much larger frontage to defend, his forces are all quite spread out. Asteron, if he's careful with his micro, can get force concentration and get a mismatch in dots on one point of the front line, and then start treating the troops back into his favor. Opportunity for an encirclement here. He's trying to go for it. Mr. G does have quite a few reserves. They can plug the gap. The attrition is just too strong in favor of Mr. G right now. Still up by 100,000. He recognizes this. He's not afraid to just attrit in the one-on-one battle like this, hit to hit. Trying to go for an end around with this dot. No, yes, maybe. This city is very, very weakly defended. You've got 2 dots, almost fully depleted. 1 dot on defense. A fresh dot just got rotated in. No real reserves in position to properly defend the city. Yeah, if G pivots just a few more dots into the south here, he'll take the city very easily. Asteron still making moves in the north side here. Zero play has happened in the far north. None whatsoever. G still has one extra dot chilling out there that doesn't need to be there. That's amazing. Asteron is going in for another play along the embankment of the lake, as has been his best area to conduct operations. Lots of successes. Can he do it again though? He's trying. He's going for it. Rotating more forces up to the north here. 3 fresh dots. Nope. Asteron's Lone Ranger cut off here. Now pinned behind enemy lines. Yeah, he's toast. That's a tragedy. Right, the dots in the south. 3 of them are about to just drop dead here. There goes 1. There. Oh. Okay, only 1 for now. Second one. Third one's about to go. Yep, that's it. He has opportunity. The gates of the city are right there. Right, the northern end around by Asteron didn't work out. Did not have enough forces. G has the disadvantage of distance here. The distance that he has to cycle units to his cities and back is a lot longer than it is for Asteron. So that's an advantage that Asteron has right now. It's allowing him to hold a lot better. Right. Is G going for it? No, he's taking his time. He's not in a rush. He still is up 100,000 troops. He can play for time. Keep the attrition up, which is already in his favor. Okay, withdrawal from the north side here by Asteron. Unit pinned. Nope, he got it out. Can he get it out? Oh, unfortunate. No, unfortunate. Right. G has gotten all the space now. He can form a defensive line across this area here. Attempts across the bridge by Asteron. He's going for an encirclement. 4 dots next to the Asteron city that's currently being sieged. Mr. G is screening his attacking force with an armor unit. He's preventing Asteron from any more amphibious assaults across the river. Successfully defended. Asteron trying to make some big plays here. Big plays. The lone dot that thinks he can. Nope, couldn't quite do it. Couldn't quite do it. Yeah, Mr. G is in a dangerous position just because of how close he is to 2 cities for Asteron here. But the city in the south is about to fall, and he gets it. The city has fallen. G is now up by a whole city, and there is not enough on the board here for Asteron to reclaim the city or snipe a city on the other side of the map or anything like that. Yeah, if he just holds on to it for another 60 seconds or so, there's not much Asteron can do. It's basically game over. And yeah, it doesn't look like he can make any moves. It's Mr. G that's, yeah, he concedes the game. Good game. Well played, Mr. G. Feeding Asteron. Rank 1 player. Yep. Excellent. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Plenty of good plays by both players on both sides. Very entertaining. Very nice. So yeah, if you have a replay that you think might be interesting enough for me to cast, DM me on the War of Dots Discord. Don't friend request me. Just DM me. Send me the replay. Brief description of the replay as to why you think it's interesting. And yeah, I'll see if I get around to recording it. Thank you very much for watching.